Hi, this is Harris, founder of Harris & co-founder to HACA. Today we are going to learn or understand what are the different types of digital marketing, or let's learn what are the fundamentals of digital marketing. So before we do any types of digital marketing, before we coming to any conclusion that I need to do social media marketing, I need to do performance marketing and things like that, even if a client approached you or you are doing it for your own business or you are a marketing student for that matter, you need to understand two things very important. Before we understand these two things about any particular business for that matter, you shouldn't be jumping into the conclusion that I need to do this particular digital marketing strategy for the business. Right? What are the two things which we need to understand? One, we need to understand about the business. Two, we need to understand about the target audience of that business. Target audience is nothing but potential buyers of that business. Now let's start with the first thing. We need to understand about the business. What all things you need to understand about the business? You have to ask these questions to yourself or with your clients. What is your business all about? What kind of product and service you're selling? What are the benefits? Right? What are the features? There's a difference between benefits and features. Benefits is the value you're giving. Features is what the product is made up of. Let's say you are taking an example of chair. You will be able to sit in that chair is the benefit you are giving. Features are the four legs and things like that. If you notice iPhone, when they market, right, when they put hoardings and things like that, they always talk about the camera quality and thin layer and things like that. Right? Though they have enough features inside that phone, they have thousands and thousands of features inside that phone, right? So why do they do that? Because if we talk features, common people will not understand about these technical words and things like that. People will only understand about the benefits. So normally brands used to write features under the benefits, right? So this is something which we need to understand about a particular business. You also need to ask the questions as what is the price category you are into? Are you into mass audience, middle class, or luxury? Right? And you also need to ask this question: what is your USP? Right? What is USP actually? Unique selling proposition. Most of the people will tell I am the best. Best is not the USP. Right? You cannot scale your brand with telling that I am the best. Right? You need to define what's your USP. If you look at the car, BMW is comes with performance. Volvo, safety. Volkswagen, German made. Though this car is used to travel from one place to another, they are all marketing in the market with a USP which is attached to their brand. So you need to understand what is the USP which you are carrying on. If you are marketing into a crowded market, let's say there's a lot of competitors, lots of people who are similar to you are there, you need to push your brand with USP. If you're not marketing into a crowded market, then awareness is more than enough, right? So you need to ask this question to the client, right? What are your hero product? What is the average order value of your product? There's a lot of such questions where you are figuring out to understand more about the business or the industry which the client is in, or you are just understanding about the business or the industry. These are the questions which you need to throw towards that business. The purpose, the goal of this is to understand more about the business. You can also go to ChatGPT and just type I want to understand more about the business, give me all the questions which I need to answer in order to understand detail about the business, which is something which you can do. Second thing which we need to understand is about target audience. Target audience is potential buyers. What you need to understand is not every person in the world is not your potential buyer. Even though Cristiano has the most amount of followers following him, not every person who is using Instagram is not following Cristiano, right? So you need to understand who exactly is your target audience. You shouldn't be selling for all. If you're selling for all, nobody would care for your product. Now, how do you understand the target audience? There are two things which you need to understand inside the target audience. One, demography, and second thing is psychography. Demography means age, gender, location, etc. of your target audience. Age can be 18 to 20. For example, if you are taking our HACA as an upskilling ecosystem, our age category is in Dubai is 20 to 50. Right? There are people who is the head of marketing is also coming here and learning digital marketing from us. gender, male and female, location. If we are taking the weekday batch that you have to come here and offline and learn from every day, then location cannot be far. But if you are marketing for online batch, you can have entire UAE as the location. So these are the demographic details you need to collect. At the same time, you also need to collect psychographic details. What is psychographic details? The pain point, for what pain they will be approaching your brand. So you might be selling digital marketing, but digital marketing is not why they learn digital marketing. They're learning digital marketing, maybe they're stuck at their freelance career, right? They want to make extra money, they're stuck at their job, or they're a housewife, they want to upskill something to new, or they don't want to, they get bored out of whatever they are doing right now. So these are the reason, these are the pain points, that for these pain points your course is coming as a solution, your product or service is coming as a solution. So you need to understand what are the pain points which your audience is facing, what are their interests, right? Where do they hang out? Which places these people hang out? Are they hanging out in LinkedIn? Are they hanging out in Facebook? Are they hanging out in Instagram? Are they hanging out in Google? Right? If it's a niche product, let's say somebody is selling somebody having doing a service of luxury construction, right? So now the people who want the luxury construction for their home and things like that, they wouldn't be waiting in Instagram and thinking, let me get the ad. No, right? So they'll be searching in Google. So you have to optimize your brand for Google. So you need to understand, where do these audience hang out, right? So when you have all these information about the particular industry or company or business, that's when you start to design strategies for marketing for these people, for these companies. Unless you understand this information, if you tell them your brand should be in Instagram, your brand should be in TikTok, you should be doing performance marketing, you are not doing it as per the requirement, you are doing it because you want to sell some stuff and it cannot be retained. First step in learning marketing is to understand more about the business, and then understand more about the target audience. When you are understanding target audience, you need to understand the demography and psychography. If you need more questions to understand target audience, go to ChatGPT and Gemini, put forward this, you will get plenty of questions. When you answer all the questions about the target audience, you will have a proper clarity on who is your audience, where are they hanging out, what kind of strategy would help you to close this audience. So this is what you need to understand before we dive into the types of digital marketing.